Welcome back. This is Arise News. You're watching the morning show with me, Biola Labi. Adeyemi is the executive director of Faith Foundation, a nonprofit organization fostering wealth creation through the provision of business and entrepreneurial development. Faith Foundation has graduated over 5,200 aspiring and emerging entrepreneurs and enabled over 100,000 youth on the path to entrepreneurship. Adeyemi chairs the MSME Council Committee on improving the regulatory environment and serves in a number of entrepreneurship ecosystems and enterprise advisory roles. Nika, thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So I'm excited because I love having people that I'm an admirer of and having them on the show. Faith Foundation and the work you're doing is one of the things that I believe has made a huge difference in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. How do you feel the impact that Faith Foundation is making every day? How do you feel it and how do you see it?
So the way I describe our work at Faith Foundation is that we help entrepreneurs start, grow, and scale their businesses. And that's really what we do in the three terms of it. People have great ideas. Nigeria has the highest level of entrepreneurial activity in the world, bar none. So there's not a shortage of ideas.
But why is that? Like, people keep on saying that. Like, what is it?
It's the culture, it's the spirit, it's the ability to identify gaps, it's the ability to identify solutions. You can be in a party and the water finishes. Before you know it, somebody has gone to buy water and is selling it for a price. So we see that we can identify gaps and potential business ideas. But how do you grow that into an enterprise? It's not just when you're trading that you're running a business, but growing that into an enterprise that can employ people, generate revenue and income, not just to pay you, but to pay other people, and overall add value to the society. And that's really what we do. We wouldn't really focus on you. What we just want you to do is have an idea that is viable, that makes sense. It can be something innovative, but it can be basic provision of food, clothing, shelter, or anything. And walk you through how do you set that up as a business, because that's a knowledge gap that we really have. A lot of people go through school and you're focused on the knowledge that, so if you're in arts or sciences, that's what you do. But you're not taught about how to translate that occupation or that career path into a business structure. So you have doctors, you have consultants, you have lawyers, but there's a business part of it, and that's where Faith comes in with the enterprise education. So how do you set up a business? How do you grow a business? Basic knowledge around the fundamentals that you really don't think about in terms of developing your product. Who exactly are you selling to? Why will they buy from you? Are they willing to pay? Are they able to pay? How do you find more of those that will be interested in your product? Get feedback on that. How do you push it to the market? How do you get money, either internally, not just even raising money to grow the business? And how do you build a team over it? So for us, the very crucial thing is, first of all, enterprise education. Then things that are even more important following the learning, because you can learn how to do it, but then for you now to do it, it's another
two different things. So really empowering people and also giving them that push to go.
I like that word, empowering with push through mentors and through advisors who have a knowledge of the space. So we're talking about the franchise space, for instance. Knowledge of the franchise space. How do you build and grow a business? What are the branding requirements, legal implications? And because there's some certain spaces and sectors that have regulatory requirements, their system, their process requirements that are really important for you to take note on that business, how do you take that knowledge? And then how do you get to know the people that can guide and handhold you
through the process
on that path? Because at the end of the day, what are the outcomes of a business growing? That money is coming in, that you're making sales, you're growing, and as you're making sales and you're growing, your capacity to continue to serve more customers is also there. So that's really
kind of like what Faith Foundation does in short, for those of you watching. But I mean, one of the things that you mentioned is sort of, if you take a look at the franchise model that we were talking about, do you ever have entrepreneurs come to you to say, look, I've saved some money, I want to start a business, but I don't know what it is that I want to start? And how do you help them in that case?
So if we're looking at the franchise model, one of the things or one of the problems that it bridges or it addresses is the culture of always wanting to set up your own business and your own thing. You know, and there's the...
But why is that too? Like, I feel like there is this need to always sort of start from scratch.
So two things. I think we always want to put our own stamp on things, which is not a bad thing. But I think that there are not enough of success stories being shown about franchise models, or even being able to groom and work and help to grow another business, you know.
And just so people know, I mean, we didn't get to ask Chair Gozie earlier about the franchise model. You do pay a little fee for using the brand and using the name and all that stuff.
Yes, you do, because there's a proprietary rights to that.
Yes. So you pay proprietary rights, you pay a licensing rights to use the brand and everything. And then also I mean, it varies. Some people also, you have to pay, you do transaction fees as well.
Yes, so it varies depending on the brand that you're working with and depending on all the other arrangements and the factors for the support required during and then after the arrangements, yes.
And it usually is for a length of time.
Yes, for a defined period.
Okay.
Yes.
So one of the things that is happening is, and there's a lot of people writing about this, which is the fetishizing of entrepreneurship, especially in Africa, which obviously means Nigeria, because Nigeria is such a huge part of that entrepreneurship ecosystem globally. What do you think about that? Do you think there's a glamorization and a fetishizing of it? And how do we make sure that that's not a case?
So yes, everybody's talking about entrepreneurship. I am one of those that do not believe everybody should be an entrepreneur. I don't believe that. I'm not an entrepreneur. Yes. You know,
but you work in an ecosystem.
But I work with that to do that. So I think the important thing is that to help people who have viable ideas, test that ideas, and give them the opportunity to see if this can grow and scale. That's the important thing. So it's good that there's a lot of light being shown about it. When we were started 18 years ago, nobody was talking about entrepreneurship. So it's good that you have that, because then you're now seeing people providing that ecosystem support to it. How do we help to train people? How do we help to mentor? How do we help to provide funding that is needed? But more importantly, because you referred to the ease of doing business, how do we promote an environment that enables people to thrive if they want to be entrepreneurs and be the very best that they can? So the important thing is that as light is being shown on entrepreneurship and encouraging people, particularly young people, to be entrepreneurs, it's important that that light should be thrown on providing the support required to do that, not just for the publicity of it. Because the important return or the impact you want to see is that jobs are created.
Yes.
You don't just want to create
the real value is created.
Yes, that are just they're just the only people that they're being employed in their businesses. You want to create businesses that generate employment, that grow the economy, that solve solutions that are scalable. So somebody grows a business and that can be run anywhere.
So Nika, before we go, how can people access Faith Foundation services?
So anybody can access Faith Foundation services. We have a lot of programs focused on helping people start to grow and scale on faithfoundation.org.
I like that. Start to grow.
Start, grow, and scale.
Start, grow, and scale.
Yes.
Okay, those are the things. They help you start, they help you grow, they help you scale.
Yes, so faithfoundation.org, or follow us at Faith Foundation on any of the social media platforms.
Danica, thank you so much for coming. We're going to have you back,
me.
because I think that the work you're doing is so profound and so influential in what's happening today in Nigeria. So
thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of the morning show today. I'm Biola Alabi. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day.